Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very special unboxing, something that came in from White Mountain Knives. Let's take a look. Today let's try that again. Today I'm opening up with my Benchmade 535-4. I believe this is the M390 blade steel with the aluminum scales. I like this knife. This is one of the few Benchmades I kept before I started collecting a few more again. And lo and behold, what do we have here? We have another Benchmade. Let's see what we got. Alright, so this is the Osborne. Looks like it's a interesting steel, so let's take a look. Alright, so we have, it's an axis lock, obviously. Looks like carbon fiber. Let's move this off to the side. So this is the carbon fiber. Blue standoffs in the back. Deep pocket carry clip. Well, relatively deep. Little lanyard loop, pin, whatever you want to call it there. This is the 941 blue class. This is the full-size Osborne. So comparative to the Benchmade, the Benchmade bug out, it's a little bit bigger in the handle, but let's see the action here in this one. Right, so this is very much a stone washed version here, not as polished as some of the other ones. Action's not bad. Let's see, is it dead centered or are we off a little bit? We might be, let's see. We might be dead center, I guess. All right, so let's try that again. Oops. Action's not bad. That's a very thin blade. Thin action's got a nice thick tip, nice wedge on top. Kind of a sheep's foot. I don't know what you would call this. Reverse Tonto, sheep's foot, maybe Wharncliffe, I don't know. Probably more of a Wharncliffe, I guess. No jimping here, but not bad. You can do a little trigger pull here for a pinch grip. It definitely works, but this is the carbon fiber scales, right? Steel pocket carry clip. I would definitely put a titanium a clip or something else on that one. Surprisingly, the action's not bad. No blade play. Yeah, not bad. I've had a mini of this before, which I thought wasn't too bad. And this has the standoffs. Carbon fiber is not terrible. It's not super heavy, about equivalent in weight. Matter of fact, I think, just for the sake of this, hold on a second. Okay, so I'm back. What I wanted to do is put this on here. I believe that's the clip that fits on here. I thought I had another clip, but I'm guessing this is all I have, so at least I can't find it. I stored it away so well, it's not here. Oops, these are T6s. All right, so T6 in case you're curious. Yeah, that should work. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my other driver here. All right, so that works on there. I mean, theoretically, I think I could put the third screw in there. Looks like it fit right in there. Ooh, almost lost that guy. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a pain to get that in there, so a pair of tweezers doesn't hurt. All right, Move this off to the side. Here's the old clip, steel clip. I know that's a traditional Benchmade look. Some people love that. I could do it without it. I don't care. I like a titanium clip because it has more flexibility. Wouldn't mind trying something a little different though, but it's not bad. So here we go. Not bad action. Still pretty centered. Probably could use just a touch of oil. Now some of you guys may or may not be fans of oil. I am. Even in phosphor bronze, I like to have just a touch. So one thing I noticed, it's pretty tight right there to the thumb studs, which is something I would not prefer. Like to have a little room there. It is contoured a little bit there. This is a very traditional design. Typically this is made out of steel or titanium scales. But this is the carbon fiber with a steel liner in between. It does lock it in place there. There's screws here and here to keep that in place. But the action's not bad. As you can see, it does drop. And you don't have to tune it. Typically I would have to tune it like this one came in. It didn't have that drop shut action. And I would have to specifically tune it. Now this carbon fiber scale is pretty thick. It's not very rounded. If I was going to keep these on, I would probably round these corners. I'd probably round this out a little bit as well. Get a little better action toward it. I feel like, where's the best action? Trying to figure out what the best angle is. Going straight up, it feels like there's a little more resistance than if I get back behind it, go out a little bit. So I think at a 45-degree angle from here, this way, set for straight up, got oil going on here, seems to be a better action. Not bad, not bad. It is S90V. Interesting, kind of a acid wash, I would call this. This feels more like an acid wash right here. I don't know if they call this a stone wash. To me, this seems like an acid wash. Definitely a rough, coarse kind of a wash on there. Very light blade, for sure. So I got this because it's going to be a project. We're gonna change this out a little bit, and I'm glad because I would definitely be modifying these carbon fiber scales. I would be rounding a lot of these sharp corners. It's not very comfortable around here. To me, for what you're getting here, I feel like that should be rounded a little bit more. It's not bad though, all things considering. So this had the aluminum scales on there. You can get this in the carbon fiber version too. This was M390 as opposed to S90V. So what I am getting here is a kind of a premium steel. It's not bad. So I have large hands to extra large hands. I mean large hands, but they're extra large if you consider meaty fingers for normal fingers, or double extra large if you have very thin fingers, right? So if you have meaty extra large hands, or if you have meaty extra large hands, you're gonna probably be out here to the edge. Or double extra large, you'll be out there. You can't do a finger choke up here a little bit. You gotta be careful, you're really close to that sharpening choil. It does have a full edge all the way across, which is not bad. Let's see what the angle is on this guy. Okay, I might be going down a little too much of an angle. So maybe 20 degrees. Yeah, let's go a little too. Gotta go up a little bit more. Probably around 20 degrees, yeah. I guess I was trying to see if it was like 17, 18 degrees typically. 20 and I'm clear of the thumb studs. If not, I'm going to be digging the thumb stud. You can see where it dragged right there because I was a little too low. This is a much shorter blade than I expected. I thought the Osborne had a little wider blade. It's a very thin blade. I guess I hadn't realized that. I mean, I've never owned a regular size Osborne. I think I had a mini. It was too small for me. Couldn't really grip that in my hand. Probably a great size for some people, but not for me. Oops! Oh no! Don't cut my thing. So it's interesting. The screws come through the scales. You can almost see them inside. Boy, if that alignment, I don't know if you can see that. If that alignment wasn't just right, it'd be scratching those screws on the inside. Man, you would think they might have some shorter screws, but that's interesting. Because that alignment better be perfect. Better not get loose pivot or else you're scratching your blade for sure. Yeah, this one's going to take a little while to get that crazy sharp edge because it's S90V. So S90V is not going to, it's not the easiest thing in the world to sharpen. I mean, it's not Maximate, thank God, but it is definitely going to take some effort. So that one I'm too low in the angle. I'm going to come up a little bit. What I mean by that is you see how, I don't know if you can see that, there's stuff right here. It's on top of the edge on the blade part, which means I'm dragging too low, and so it's scraping there. If the stuff was right on the tip of the edge right here, that means I was too high. So I got to find that in between where that perfect spot is, which is, I'm going to guess is around 20. Yeah, not bad. All right, we'll cut that out. I mean, you can fast forward through the strop in there. It's just me trying to figure out the blade angle. Maybe see if we can kind of get that edge a little sharper. It just certainly feels like it needs to be stropped up a little bit to have it nice and crazy sharp. I know I can't really quite shave my hand here or my arm. Yeah, it's not sharp enough really to cut anything, so that's kind of crazy. All right, very cool. Now it's a very light, really neat knife. I think it's going to be fun to mod. I will tell you, it's a little disappointed seeing these screws really stick out all the way in the middle there. That does make me a little nervous if I was to, have that continuously. I want to make sure my pivot never got loose because I wouldn't want it to scratch the blade. Also, I would probably be, contouring this part right here where the pivot is, because my to get there, if you technically look at that, it's like my finger would go right over it. You see, I have to come all the way in here and then push up, and it's more resistance than it is to come in at that angle or come in at that angle. It seems to me that angle right there is easier than that angle. Now, granted, get a little snappier if you go up, but I like to have a little contour there, a little shape. And then these edges right here are pretty sharp for the carbon fiber. Now, if you like carbon fiber, this is going to be great. But what I would recommend is rounding all these corners here, because this is pretty sharp corners. Definitely would be uncomfortable after a while digging into my hand. But I can round that. See, they chamfer that nicely. They chamfer that nicely right here on this one. So that's comfortable. It's not going to dig into your hand. Not so here, but the good thing is I am getting some titanium scales I'm going to be putting on this knife. And so we'll be getting rid of these carbon fiber, though it's pretty expensive to, put on this one because of the carbon fiber. So at some point, maybe we'll get a regular Osborne or something, or maybe we'll see if somebody wants to buy some carbon fiber scales, and probably these blue standoffs, I'm going to suspect, once we do that. And I remember Zach, over at Zach Stuff, he was talking about how one had a polished and one had a not so polished blade. And I definitely see that. This is not very, very polished at all. It's very dull. It's very, they may call it a stone wash, but to me it looks like acid wash. That's what that looks like. It looks like an acid wash kind of a finish on that one. It's definitely not a very polished. Well, anyways, this doesn't have to be, I think, really taken apart to be broken in, because I can already drop shut it. At least I could. Let's do that again. Yeah, let's do that again. There we go. But I will say, access here is really annoying. Yeah, this would definitely be modified. If this was a titanium scale and it was like this, I would return it. Just be totally useless. To me, that would be very uncomfortable. You've got to chamfer your stuff here. You can't have these sharp edges. It's just ridiculous. Now I know why a lot of people get custom scales for this. It's just very uncomfortable. I mean, I can feel that edge. And if I were to use this long-term knife, which a lot of people say this is a long-term hard-use knife, these edges are just not acceptable. Yeah. So, anyways, interesting knife. Interesting, you know, aesthetic. I know this is like one of the most classic, iconic Benchmade Osborne. It's been around forever. So, it is very cool. Definitely worth checking out. I can't wait to, you know, really pimp this out, if you will, as everyone seems to call it when I do that, to kind of get this into a much more workable sort of design. I did like already putting the Spyderco clip on there. We'll see if that stays, but very cool. Interesting little knife. Yeah, I had no idea it was going to be like this right here. This is kind of a bummer in a way, but you know, live and learn. Maybe we can polish this up a little bit with some flits and a little buff it out, get a little polish on there. You can definitely see the lines on. You can feel the lines on there, the milling, little lines going through there. You can definitely. I don't know if you can see that. Let's zoom in a little bit. Can you see the little mill lines going on there? You can see it on both sides. Nice big swedge. There's the carbon fiber scale, not bad. And you can see the screws inside. You see that here and here. That's pretty. I mean, that's pretty far. You would expect that they would have different size screws. And here in the back is the standoffs, the blue standoffs. Not bad. Thumb studs here. And let's close this so you can see how close those thumb studs are. And if you look, like from this angle, you really don't have access to come across. You'll easily like fly right past it. So you have to come in here. I'm sorry, go fly past. You have to come in here to get to it. Let me do that again. You know, you can't come in at an angle this way. If you do, you have to kind of come down here, stick in to get there. And to me, that seems like the most comfortable spot is right there to open it, as opposed to right there. Because this one feels like it's going to rip my finger apart right here. So, yeah. Anyways, there you go. Let me get back to the right zoom here. The Osborne 940-1. This is with the carbon fiber scales, S90V blade steel. You can see that right there. Interesting little knife. Interesting little knife. All right. Can't wait till we get a chance to mod this and put some beautiful scales on there and kind of pimp it up and make it look, I think, nice. So we'll do that here shortly. I'm glad I got a chance to check it out. There are some things that I'm not a big fan of on this knife. I didn't like the original clip. This Lynch clip is really necessary. You need a nice deep pocket carry clip. There are other great manufacturers that make cool clips as well, like RGT, Rip's Garage Technology, and Rockscale Design's now starting to make some milled titanium clips for these guys, and that's worth checking out. I like titanium because it's more flexible. All right. There we go. That was just a quick unboxing, just kind of check it out. Wasn't super pumped about this, right? You know, it's like, oh, I got an Osborne. I mean, for some, this may be, you know, if you've not had a lot of Benchmades, this is a cool knife. You will really get into this. I've had a bunch of Benchmades. I've had the Mini. I've had a lot of other Benchmades. So to me, it's okay. You know, it's frustrating because just trying to fidget with this knife, it's a little uncomfortable. I can already feel that. And I'm torn because I almost want to modify these scales right now to get this to be reasonable, because I wouldn't want to carry this without, you know, my modded scales I'm going to put on here. All right, that is the Benchmade Osborne 940. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or entertaining, or just worth your time, hey, I'd appreciate you watching. And I kind of ask, would you consider please hitting the like button down below for watching the video, and then maybe also consider subscribing as well. I sure would appreciate that. And subscribing and liking the videos really helps out. It helps the channel grow, produce more content, do more things. So thank you to all you guys who watch, who like, who subscribe. And then if you haven't already, maybe hit that notification button down below as well. Be a cool way to hear about future videos like this one here. And then also a big thank you. Thank you to all my channel members out there. I want just to say I appreciate you guys. You guys mean the world to me. Especially those of you who've been here since the beginning, those who've joined along the way, and those who joined recently. Thank you. Thank you for becoming channel members and supporting the channel. Want to let you know we do a once a month giveaway. Try to do that every month. And then also, if you haven't already, email me with your name and address, and I'll mail out a little card to you, or a little letter with a sticker. I'd like to give that to all the new members. And if you've been a member for a while and you're still a member and you haven't asked for a sticker yet, email me as well with your name and address, and I will definitely send you out a sticker as well. So thank you. Thank you to all the members, to everybody out there. Really, really appreciate you guys. And then finally, if you haven't already, check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.